What if you could live somewhere where your monthly expenses cost less than most people's shopping trips? Imagine getting a professional massage for the price of a coffee, surrounded by locals whose warmth feels almost unbelievable. What island offers this kind of life? And what other secrets does it hold? Let's explore. Indonesia is the largest island nation with over 18,000 islands, but Bali stands out like a jewel. About 620 miles from Jakarta, Bali sits between Java and Lombok. Despite covering just 2,230 square miles, about the size of Delaware, Bali bursts with culture and diversity. The island's shape is often seen as a chicken or a fish by locals. Bali is actually a province made up of 4 islands, including Nusa Penida, Nusa Lembongan, and Nusa Ceningan. With 4.3 million residents, it has the energy of a much larger place. Indonesia is incredibly diverse linguistically, with over 700 languages spoken, second only to Papua New Guinea. In Bali, people speak both Bahasa Indonesia and the local Bahasa Bali. English is widely spoken in tourist areas, and you'll also hear languages like French and German among the international community. Bali's affordability attracts people worldwide, whether for long vacations or permanent moves. Housing varies. Modest apartments outside tourist areas cost between $130 and $260 per month, while luxury villas in places like Seminyak, Ingu, or Ubud range from $260 to $390. Budget options like homestays or shared housing are available for as low as $65 to $130. Dining is cheap and authentic. Local warungs serve meals for about $1.30 to $3.25, while upscale restaurants charge $6.50 to $13, but still much less than Western prices. Cooking at home is even more economical, with weekly groceries costing around $19 to $32, thanks to fresh, affordable produce at local markets. Utilities are manageable, with electricity and water bills between $19 and $45 monthly. Internet costs about $13 to $26, reliable for remote work. Renting a scooter, the preferred transport, costs $65 to $97 per month, including fuel. Healthcare is affordable. Private clinic visits cost around $13, and insurance ranges from $32 to $65 monthly. Recreation is budget-friendly. Daily yoga costs $5, massages $6.50, and fresh coconut water at sunset is just a few dollars. Expats usually spend $390 to $520 monthly, depending on lifestyle, while tourists can enjoy a week for $130 to $227. By comparison, renting in New York costs about $1,300 monthly, dining in Paris can be $390 per meal, and living in Singapore ranges from $975 to over $1,100. Bali's prices are about half those in similar Asian destinations, making it ideal for both short and long stays. How does knowing you can live comfortably in a beautiful place like Bali for less than $500 a month change your travel or relocation plans? Comment and chat with me. Now, let's address a major concern about Bali. The island's incredible popularity has brought challenges that anyone considering life here should understand. Bali's stunning landscapes and vibrant culture attract millions of visitors annually, but this success comes with some environmental and social impacts. Over-tourism has led to environmental pressures. Beaches like Kuta and Seminyak face overcrowding and pollution. Once pristine areas have become congested, plastic waste threatens marine life. Studies show significant plastic pollution in Bali's coastal waters, affecting endangered species like the hawksbill sea turtles that have nested here for centuries. Rapid development is also a concern. Luxury villas and resorts have expanded widely, sometimes displacing local communities and changing traditional Balinese architecture. Many locals find it harder to afford to live in their own neighborhoods as property values rise to support tourism. Another challenge is the impact on Bali's wildlife. The critically endangered Bali starling, unique to the island, is at risk due to habitat loss from deforestation. Bali has lost about 40% of its forest cover in recent decades. The Bali tiger, once part of these forests, was declared extinct in the 20th century due to habitat loss and hunting. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss any future episodes. Don't forget to share this video with your friends. It helps support the channel, and I'm excited to continue bringing you more great content. Here's a cultural quirk that perfectly illustrates how unique Balinese society is. While the rest of the world agonizes over choosing baby names, the Balinese have solved this dilemma in the most elegant way possible. They only use 4 names for all their children, corresponding to birth order: Wayan for the first child, Maid for the second, Nyoman for the third, and Ketit for the fourth. When the 5th baby arrives, the cycle starts over with Wayan again. This naming system reflects the deep cultural values of Balinese society, where family hierarchy and tradition take precedence over individual expression. It's a fascinating glimpse into a culture that prioritizes community and continuity over personal distinction. Here's an important issue about Bali. Behind its lush landscapes and rice terraces lies a growing water crisis impacting daily life. The tourism industry's large water use for hotels, golf courses, and pools has contributed to scarcity in many areas. This often affects local communities. Tourism facilities sometimes receive priority access to water, leaving some villages with limited supply for basic needs like drinking water and farming. Living surrounded by water but needing to ration because resorts use much of it highlights the challenge. The water shortage also impacts Bali's ecosystems. The famous rice terraces, sustaining communities for over 1,000 years, now face irrigation problems. Farmers who have tended these fields for generations are now competing with new developments for water. The environmental effects go beyond water. The critically endangered Bali starling, with fewer than 100 left in the wild, faces risks mainly due to habitat loss from growing tourism infrastructure. Conservation efforts continue, but challenges remain as development progresses. Living in Bali reveals how mass tourism can affect authentic cultural experiences. Sacred temples that were once quiet spiritual retreats now welcome many tourists, some of whom may be unaware of the proper protocols for these holy sites. There have been instances of visitors climbing on sacred statues for photos or entering temples during ceremonies without appropriate attire. This shift creates a paradox. The traditions that make Bali unique are becoming tourist attractions and sometimes lose their original significance. Local ceremonies that were once intimate community events can feel like performances for large crowds. Deforestation is also a serious concern. Bali's rainforests, home to rich biodiversity, have been reduced by about 40% due to development. The growth of hotels, villas, and infrastructure has impacted these forests, which also hold spiritual importance for local communities. One of Bali's most talked about products is Kopi Luwak coffee. This coffee, which can cost up to $50 per cup, is made through a unique process. Asian palm civets eat coffee cherries, and their digestive process is said to enhance the bean's flavor. The beans are then collected from the civets droppings, cleaned and processed. While this might sound exotic and appealing to coffee lovers, there are ethical concerns about much of the commercial Kopi Luwak production. Some civets are kept in confined conditions and fed coffee cherries in ways that raise animal welfare questions. Authentic, wild-sourced Kopi Luwak is very rare and expensive, while most available to tourists comes from farms with these issues. If you live in Bali and enjoy coffee, many excellent local varieties do not involve animal products. Balinese coffee culture is rich and diverse, with traditional methods refined over generations. Traveling to Bali has a notable impact on global climate change. The carbon emissions from millions of international flights each year are significant. A single round-trip flight from Europe or North America to Bali can produce more CO2 than many people generate in a year of daily activities. This presents a challenge for environmentally conscious travelers and expats. The island you want to enjoy is affected by the travel needed to reach it. Tourism-related transportation is estimated to contribute a large share of Bali's overall carbon footprint. For those living in Bali long-term, this impact lessens since they are not frequently flying back and forth. However, it's worth considering when friends and family visit or when you plan trips home. Many expats have started offsetting their flights or choosing alternative travel options when possible to reduce their environmental impact. Fortunately, Bali is actively addressing these challenges. Across the island, grassroots groups and community initiatives work hard to tackle environmental issues. Beach cleanup campaigns happen regularly, involving both locals and expats to reduce plastic pollution along the coast. One impressive example is the bio-rock coral reef restoration projects. These innovative structures use low-voltage electrical currents to encourage coral growth in areas damaged by over-tourism and climate change. It's inspiring to see technology and environmental science helping heal damaged ecosystems. Conservation efforts for endangered species are also progressing. Protected breeding programs for the Bali starling show promising results, with some birds successfully reintroduced to protected forests. Local communities are increasingly involved, understanding that a healthy environment supports their long-term well-being. For anyone living in Bali, supporting sustainable businesses is key. Choose accommodations using renewable energy, restaurants sourcing locally, and tour operators that respect environmental limits. Your everyday choices as a resident can help drive positive change. Living in Bali means adapting to a beautifully simple climate. The island has 2 seasons, the dry season from April to October, and the wet season from October to April. Temperatures stay fairly steady year-round, usually between 70 and 85 degrees Fahrenheit. The dry season is perfect for outdoor activities. Clear skies, little rain, and great beach weather make it ideal for exploring. However, it's also peak tourist season, which brings higher prices and larger crowds. The wet season has its own appeal. Afternoon thunderstorms are common but usually brief, often followed by stunning sunsets. The landscape becomes lush and green, and tourist numbers drop. Many long-term residents prefer this season for its authenticity and lower living costs. Many don't realize Bali province includes 3 smaller islands, Nusa Penida, Nusa Lembongan, and Nusa Ceningan. Just a 20-minute boat ride from Sanur Port. These islands offer a quieter pace and less commercialized tourism, perfect for those seeking a more authentic experience. Walking through the streets of Denpasar, you'll immediately understand why Bali captivates so many people. The natural beauty of Balinese women is genuinely striking, not just in physical appearance but in their graceful demeanor. Their radiant smiles seem to light up their sun-kissed faces, creating an atmosphere of warmth that's both genuine and infectious. What's particularly beautiful is how they dress. Many wear vibrant sarongs and kebaya, traditional clothing adorned with elegant patterns inspired by nature, leaves, flowers, and geometric designs. Unlike the bold fashion statements you might see in Western cities, or the luxury brands common in other international destinations, Balinese women charm with simple elegance and natural grace. The greeting culture here is something special. When you pass local women on the street, they'll often clasp their hands in front of them, bow slightly, and say Om Swastiastu, which is a sincere wish of peace and goodwill. The proper response is to smile, bow slightly in return, and repeat the gesture. This small interaction embodies the warmth and hospitality that makes living in Bali so rewarding. How does a sincere greeting or smile shape your experience when meeting new people abroad? Comment and chat with me. Now, let's talk about the traffic situation, because it's unlike anywhere else in the world. The streets are constantly bustling and can honestly be described as congested at any time of day, even outside traditional rush hours. Motorcycles and bicycles dominate as the primary transportation for locals. And what surprises most newcomers is how naturally people navigate through seemingly chaotic traffic without appearing rushed or annoyed. The secret is that locals have developed an intuitive understanding of traffic flow. They know how to interact with each other on the road, creating a kind of organized chaos that actually works. If you want to experience the liveliest part of Denpasar, just walk toward the market areas where bustling crowds never seem to stop. People here start their day incredibly early, often reaching markets before sunrise, and the energy continues well into the afternoon. One of Bali's most beautiful daily traditions is the colorful floral offerings called Kang Sari, placed at street corners, shops, and homes to express gratitude and maintain spiritual balance. Visitors and residents should be careful not to step on or disturb these sacred offerings, as locals quietly replace any that get damaged. At Pasar Badung Market, vibrant stalls overflow with tropical fruits like mangoes, pineapples, and dragon fruits. The air is rich with spices, turmeric, cloves, and cinnamon, blended with aromas from street food. Balinese women in traditional kebaya sit calmly, weaving palm leaf offerings or arranging marigold petals. Vendors greet visitors warmly and share stories about handcrafted wooden statues and batik fabrics. Souvenirs here are affordable, usually costing between $1.30 and $3.25. Bargaining is a cultural tradition, enjoyed with humor and friendliness, so a respectful and friendly approach works best. Discounts may be available when buying multiple items, but the real value is in the cultural experience, not just the price. The food scene in Bali is amazing, and the affordability might surprise you. Food stalls are lively, with skilled cooks preparing local dishes right before your eyes. You might see a vendor expertly tossing nasi goreng, Indonesian fried rice, in a smoky wok or arranging satay skewers over open fires. The aromas are inviting. The sweetness of fried bananas blends with the rich spices of Balinese roast pork, creating a sensory experience that draws you in, even if you're not hungry. Vendors often warmly invite you to try their food, regardless of whether you buy anything. What's remarkable is the cost. A freshly prepared meal can cost as little as 65 cents. In many Western countries, that amount might buy a bottle of water, but in Bali, it gets you a satisfying meal made with fresh local ingredients. The currency exchange also makes prices feel surprising for newcomers. Locals use Indonesian rupiah, and currently, $1 equals about 15,700 to 16,000 rupiah. This means your money can go a long way. Where affordability extends beyond food. Daily necessities, transportation, and services all cost much less than in many developed countries. This economic advantage attracts many digital nomads, retirees, and entrepreneurs who choose Bali as their base. Amid Denpasar's bustling energy, locals often gather for impromptu games of sepak takraw, a thrilling sport where players skillfully use a woven rattan ball, performing spectacular kicks in busy streets. These matches draw enthusiastic crowds, with cheers filling the air. Local women also join the excitement, supporting teams and adding to the vibrant atmosphere. While enjoying these cultural moments, it's wise to stay aware of your surroundings, especially in crowded markets, to keep your experience positive. Here's something that might change how you see Bali. On most days, the island buzzes with activity and tourists from around the world. But once a year, everything stops completely. This is Nyepi, the Balinese Day of Silence, and experiencing it is truly surreal. During Nyepi, the streets fall silent, with no lights or fires anywhere on the island. Travel and entertainment pause as Balinese Hindus spend the day in reflection, meditation, and spiritual cleansing. Even the airport closes. The busiest places on the island seem to hold their breath, creating a peaceful, otherworldly quiet. For residents, Nyepi offers a rare chance to experience Bali in its purest form, free from tourist activity and commercial noise. It's a day that highlights the deep spiritual foundation of Balinese culture. Don't let Nyepi's silence make you think Bali is always peaceful and quiet. In the days before the Day of Silence, the island becomes loud, vibrant, and electrifying. 2 days before Nyepi, the Pengrupukan festival begins, offering one of the most spectacular cultural experiences you can witness. The festival features the famous Ogo-Ogo parade, where giant, colorful papier-mâché effigies are carried through the streets. These impressive statues, created by local communities over months, depict demons and mythological creatures meant to ward off evil spirits. The parade is a feast for the senses. Traditional gamelan music fills the air as elaborate Balinese dances unfold. Balinese women dressed in elegant kebaya and radiant smiles add grace to the lively celebration. After Nyepi's silence comes another unique event called Omed-Omedan, or the Festival of Affection. This celebration is unlike anything else in the world. Groups of young men and women select leaders who meet and exchange friendly embraces to symbolize affection and community unity. As they embrace, friends cheer and gently try to separate the couple. If needed, organizers splash water as a playful signal to part. This joyful ritual delights visitors who enjoy Bali's playful cultural side. The festival reflects Balinese philosophy of balance, moving from the demons of Pengrupukan through Nyepi's silence to Omed-Omedan's joy and connection. This annual cycle offers a complete emotional and spiritual journey. Subscribe now and join us for more insider tips and beautiful stories about life in Bali and beyond. Living in Bali means enjoying a stunning variety of beaches, each with its own unique beauty. From pristine white sands to dramatic black volcanic shores, the options are diverse. Senur Beach, just 4 miles from Denpasar, is a peaceful tropical spot once home to Belgian painter Le Meilleur de Merpers. Its calm waters and quiet shores are perfect for walks, meditation, or watching traditional fishing boats. Nusa Dua Beach stretches about 3 miles, known for its white sands and clear waters. When the tide recedes, coral reefs appear, offering excellent snorkeling and diving. Bali's coral reefs rival those of the Caribbean, attracting about 1,200,000 visitors yearly. Locals enjoy activities like outrigger boat rides and beach volleyball, with Balinese women in traditional dress adding to the lively atmosphere. On the eastern coast, Omed Beach presents a contrasting black sand shoreline. It's a hotspot for snorkeling and scuba diving, with vibrant reefs, colorful fish, and nearby shipwrecks that add adventure. For surfers, Bali offers world-class waves and beach activities like paddleboarding and impromptu dance sessions. Local women often balance trays of fresh coconuts, offering refreshing drinks and friendly tips on the best seafood spots, completing the authentic beach experience. When the sun sets over Bali, the island's energy shifts, especially in Kuta, the heart of its nightlife. The area transforms from a relaxed beach spot into a lively entertainment hub with options for every taste. Kuta's streets light up with neon signs and music fills the air. Fire dancers perform mesmerizing shows on the beach, blending flames with traditional music as locals and tourists mingle in a warm, lively atmosphere. Young Balinese women often join the crowd, sharing cultural insights. In the city center, venues like Sky Garden and Engine Room draw crowds with rooftop views, live DJs playing electronic and local music, and popular drink specials. Tourists dance alongside confident locals, creating an electric vibe that pulses through the night. For those seeking a calmer scene, beachfront lounges offer comfortable spaces with string lights, creative cocktails, and acoustic performances featuring both local and international artists. Groups gather to share stories over cold bintang beer in a welcoming social environment. Kuta's nightlife diversity means you can move from energetic clubs to intimate acoustic sessions within walking distance. Whether celebrating or relaxing, you'll find the perfect place to suit your mood. While Bali is a fantastic place to live, it's important to be aware of health risks and the healthcare system. Natural hazards include mischievous monkeys near temples that may snatch belongings and bite if threatened. Some beaches have jellyfish and other marine creatures that can sting, so ask locals before swimming. Mosquitoes can carry dengue fever, common in tropical areas, so using repellent and protective clothing, especially at dawn and dusk, is essential. Bali is in a seismically active region with active volcanoes like Mount Agung and Mount Batur. Though major eruptions are rare, residents should stay informed and prepared. Given these risks, comprehensive health or travel insurance is crucial for peace of mind far from home. Bali offers excellent healthcare with international hospitals such as BIMC in Kuta and Nusa Dua, and Siloam Hospital in Kuta. These provide modern care with English-speaking staff. Consultations at BIMS typically cost between $32 and $65, and general checkups range from $65 to $78, still much cheaper than similar care in the U.S., where costs can be double or more. For budget-conscious residents, local hospitals like Sangla Hospital and Denpasar offer quality care at lower prices, usually $10 to $19 per visit, though facilities and English support are more limited. Medical insurance is affordable compared to Western countries. Comprehensive plans range from $13 to $32 per week, or $65 to $97 per month for premium coverage, including emergency evacuation. This makes it feasible for most expats to maintain good healthcare during their stay. For families moving to Bali, the education options offer quality learning with significant cost savings compared to international schools elsewhere. International schools like Bali Island School and Green School Bali provide excellent education with innovative curricula, modern facilities, and experienced international teachers. Green School Bali is especially renowned for its focus on sustainability and environmental awareness, with a campus built mainly from bamboo that serves as a living example of sustainable design. Tuition at these premium schools typically ranges from $6,500 to $13,000 per year. This is much more affordable than similar schools in the US, UK, or Singapore, where fees can exceed $26,000 annually. More affordable options include Bali's public schools, costing between $195 and $650 per year. While these may lack some facilities and English instruction, they offer cultural immersion and suit families eager to integrate into Balinese society. The combination of reasonable tuition and good learning environments makes Bali appealing for families considering long-term stays or relocation. Many expats appreciate the savings on education and living costs, allowing their children unique experiences and opportunities that might be financially difficult at home. Living in Bali offers an extraordinary blend of natural beauty, cultural richness, and economic opportunity that's difficult to find anywhere else in the world. Whether you're considering a short-term adventure or a permanent lifestyle change, Bali represents possibility. It's a place where your money goes further, your experiences become richer, and your understanding of what life can be expands dramatically. So what do you think? Does life in beautiful Bali sound like something you'd want to experience? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if you found this deep dive into Balinese life helpful, make sure to subscribe for more content exploring incredible destinations around the world. Until next time, keep exploring and keep dreaming about the possibilities that await in paradise. Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.